too long ago, they got gifted a very, very good gift in none other than Quinnen Williams. I do believe that was the trade. Let me pull it up on my phone here just to make sure. Yep, Quinnen Williams went to the Condors, sent from the Blues, and they also had to give away. Actually, I don't think. No, I believe the Blues gave away draft picks for this. So, just an amazing gift for the Condors, as well as, those draft picks, which were first rounders for this year and next year. So, definitely love to see it, especially with this record, as they look to go ahead and take on the 4-2 Thunderbirds with Baker Mayfield, who said that they will not be looking for trades. So, as far as that goes, don't really know what their intentions are. I don't know if they'll actually stick to it or not. But we'll figure that out later on as the Condors and the Thunderbirds go toe-to-toe in the Thunderbirds arena. Let's get it. Thunderbirds set to kick this one off on Christmas Day as the Condors will return it to the 25. And while these players are getting set, just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Everybody that's watching, I hope that you guys had a very good Christmas. I know I did. And definitely the best time of the year by far. As the Condors set up 1st and 10 at the 25. Warren Jackson making sure he's got things straight, firing in the middle. Pass is caught, and it'll be 8 yards. 2nd and 2 at the 33. Second and 2. Lamar in the backfield with Derrick Henry, who's been very productive for him on the goal line. Play action. Lamar chucking this one. 1st down and more. Big gain. And Bateman with the moves. I believe that was Marshawn Lattimore that just got juked out of his socks right there. Man, oh man. What a move. And the Condors are in great position right now. 1st and 10 at the 43. Motion. Bateman again. Looking to run this ball this time. And Justice Hill will be given the ball on the handoff. So notable inactives today for the Thunderbirds. Irving is out. Yaya Diaby. And just one more guy. I didn't quite see who that was. As they'll go handoff here. Henry gets stopped behind the line. It's going to be 3rd and 12. Linebacker stepping into the role pretty well. And able to take down Henry as a backup. 3rd and 12. Empty backfield for Lamar. They'll look to throw. Lamar's chucking this ball deep. Tipped and incomplete. Batted away on the outside there. He was aiming for Bateman, who got a pretty good move to get him to this point. And they move backwards, and now the Condors give away the ball. So we'll get to see if the trade has an immediate impact as they go against Baker Mayfield, who has been pretty good, I'd say, throughout the season. 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Not at that same level as Lamar, but pretty close. So the quarterback play is something to consider. I also want to point out that the Thunderbirds are wearing all red for the game today, as it is a festive game, to say the least, as Rachaad White last week Had a pretty good game for just being the backup. So 2nd and 7 at the 23. Motion for Otten. Mayfield firing this one. Mid-range caught. First down at the 36. So that gets him in motion here. Number 10, the receiver on the catch. 1st and 10 at the 36 now. Rashad White in the backfield. Single back. Handoff. Gets a much needed block at the 3-yard gain. Ensues. So 2 rushes, 6 yards. Love to see it. I mean, probably not that much, but still. 2nd and 7. 39-yard line. Mayfield under pressure. Gets this one out to Otten, and it's a first down to the 46. In enemy territory. This is also where the Condors got before faltering, but a very good read by Baker here, dropping the ball off low, making sure he could only catch that ball. And he's got Evans on the outside here. It looked like very minimal coverage here, so watch that. Mayfield goes underneath. He's got Godwin for 6 yards. 2nd and 4 at the 40. And Mayfield hands it off to Rashad White. Big move and a first down to the 30. So he's a slow but steady player when it comes to how he gets started and everything like that. As Mayfield gets this one out to Otten, but it is dropped. Could not get control of the ball there. And that is solely on the tight end. You hate to see those drops. As the quarterback, as the fans, anybody. But the fans will definitely not have your back after that one. That is disgraceful. 3rd and 9 at the 30. Mayfield fires, intercepted. 3rd interception on the year. And Brandon Stevens comes up with it. And that's calling for me, so we'll be right back. Alrighty. So I come back and I guess, yeah, I mean, I did come back to a very big run by Derrick Henry. Got him set at the 33. I don't know if I missed anything else very important, but 5 yard gain for Henry there, and now he's moving the ball. Derrick Henry last week, 15 rushes, 58 yards. He did have that touchdown, though, which is almost a guarantee every game. So if you got an anytime score, you're more or less looking at Derrick Henry. Second and 5, hand it off. Not much going there. Only a yard gain. Still in very good field position here. Third and 4. And they'll pick up the first. Justice Hill got laid out on that hit, but still held on to the ball. Great job by him as the running back in that situation. Bateman, the motion man. They try to get it that way, and wow, he is rocked. These Thunderbirds are coming well prepared. Second and 10 at the 21. Condors, Lamar looking to throw. Pass is caught, and Bateman still going. Going to go down to the 8. 8 yards gain there, 13-yard line. And the end of the quarter. Scoreless in not Buenos Aires. In Rio. As the Condors have traveled all this way on the field and off. Coming all the way down to South America to play this ball game. As 3rd and 2, a very critical situation here. They'll look to pass. Lamar gets it off to Henry on the sideline, and he can't pick up nothing, so it's 4th and 2 and a decision to make for the Condors. And they said all or nothing. 4th and 2, they're going for it here. Henry in the backfield. They go read option. Lamar. First down to the 3. And an injury timeout here for Golston. Not a good sight to see, especially seeing so many players already out already. And there is ice. That weird screeching noise. Touchdown, Lamar.
Touchdown.
Lamar Jackson hitting something in the end zone. I don't know exactly what that is. But a well done job by the play callers here, getting it to Lamar. You know you got an extra back in that backfield.
And
They use him there.
Henry.
Pick up the first down and the touchdown. All in all, very well designed.
Plays.
Yeah, that's a pretty lengthy drive.
And for the people who are seeing this video, Merry Christmas. It is Christmas Day by the time this is recorded, which hopefully we get this video out today, hopefully. Or, well, hopefully Cap gets the video out here today.
I'm definitely working on it, partner, so no
the
need.
highlight team has been completely
desolated.
work on highlights. Yeah, it's
3 yards on the game, though, for Godwin.
Mile, dude. You might have to send me the newer game so I can do the highlights at least on that. Because
yeah, I'll definitely
to try to go back and do all the old ones and then just like constantly do that. And it's a
nice catch right there by Rashad White. First down for the Thunderbirds. Now, they were moving
Oh
this
yeah.
ball, but by the moment they got in the red zone, Baker threw a pick, and it results in 7. And Rashad
Mm.
White for 6 yards on the run there. He hasn't done too terrible. He's at 5 rushes, 23 yards. I think that's his first run of the second quarter. As it'll be 2nd and 4 at the 47. Otten in motion, the tight end for the Thunderbirds, as he gets this one down
Oh,
on the flat and a first down for Otten. And you could tell he is fired up about that one. Would not stop yelling there. 1st and 10, 48-yard line. And that's going to be another first down for the Thunderbirds. Big run by Rashad White. 32-yard line now for the Thunderbirds. Mayfield under center. Mayfield under pressure and incomplete. Batted down by Brandon Stevens, who has a pick already. Mayfield showing he's not scared going to that way again, and intentionally looking for Godwin. 2nd and 10 at the 32. Mayfield goes underneath. He's got Godwin this time, but it's just short. Might need the virtual measurement on that one, which is already done, and wow, that is definitely wrong. That's a first down. And Rashad White proves it. First down to the 11. Big rush right there for White, as he nearly had a touchdown on that play. Slipped one tackle, he might have been gone. And you can tell very exhausted in the backfield currently. And a handoff again for Rashad White. Big blocks, only 2 yards on the gain. They're back in the red zone. I wouldn't pass here. I'd keep pounding the ball if I'm the Thunderbirds here. Looks like we got a different back there now, and 2 yards for him as well. So it's 3rd and 6. You might have to throw it here. It's pretty much 1st and goal. 3rd and 6 at the 6. Mayfield firing, passes, caught! Godwin just has to turn around for the touchdown, and he does. And he has got his first touchdown of the game. He's had quite a few in this franchise. And, I mean, when you look at the Thunderbirds, man, they have a wild roster as far as the receiver room goes. They got Evans, Godwin, Otten, all those guys, man. It's just a receiver room heaven in there right now. 11 plays, 73 yards, 5 minutes, 25 to answer the Condors as they go to kick it off with 555s on the clock. That is all up until our halftime, which sadly we do not have a halftime show like the NFL has. So you won't see much here, but it's a thought that counts. Here's the Condors on their next drive here. 5 minutes, 51 to go here. They've been known to carry their drives for a while, so if you want to retake the lead, you're going to have to score fast, and that's not a bad start. Rashad Bateman for the first down, shrugging off defenders. First and 10 at the 43. Lamar looking, fires, passes caught. Justice Hill still going. First down to the 32. Big gain for the Condors. And they are back in scoring range. Wow, just amazing. What a read here. And what awareness by Justice Hill to turn this upfield, get more yards. Tiptoeing that sideline for a little bit. as it's 1st and 10 now at the 32. Under center is Lamar. Hand off to Dejeneiro, who only gets back to the line of scrimmage here. So now an empty set for Lamar. Motion for Justice Hill. They'll get it to him. And like a heat-seeking missile, he is tracked down and blown up in the backfield. Injury timeout for an offensive lineman for the Condors. That is not a good sight to see. Third and 12 at the 35. Condors need something here. Slip screen. And it might work. Reaches that ball and he's just short. 4th and inches and another decision to make here as the half winds down. And they'll be smart with it here. They'll take their field goal. Guaranteed. Well, not very guaranteed points. But Tucker will kick it and it goes right through to make this game 10-7. Condors with the lead with 3 minutes 15 to go. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can respond before halftime. And they'll get this one to the 26 on the return. So that is where Baker Mayfield, Chris Godwin might set up here. 5 targets, 4 receptions, 25 yards, and a touchdown today for the star receiver in Godwin. 1st and 10 at the 26. Handoff, Rashad White, and he gets a yard on that run. Now, he is a combination of fast and tough, I believe, if you're looking at, what he does best. He's a very agile runner, but right there just takes too long, and he gets dropped by Roquan Smith. 3rd and 10 at the 26-yard line. Evans leading the pack of that triple bunch down there. Godwin motions out, and 2-minute warning hits. It's still 10-7. And the Thunderbirds have the ball here. Condors with a 3-point lead. Looking to take that in the half as they got to worry about this defense first. And a timeout taken. 4th and inches at the 36. And they will not go for it. Wow, I really think, again, this should probably be a first down. But they won't do it. And the Condors will get it with the lead. 1:48 to go. I assume they just run down clock, try to get out of here. As the Thunderbirds show mid-blitz, they won't bring it. And this one tipped and nearly intercepted by Whitehead. Nearly had that ball in his hands. Instead, off the fingertips, just barely gets away from one. So Lamar's got to watch out. Lamar pressured, and he barely gets this one off. He's nearly sacked. I think that would have been our first sack of the game. I don't think any team's actually had a sack so far. So very, very interesting. And Henry falls backwards for the first down. That's an interesting animation. Wow, I don't think we're going to get a replay on that. We absolutely won't, but that would be insane to look back at. Andrews winds out here. Got the underneath and 6 yards. Not going to do it for a first. But they are down to the 36 now. They could extend their lead, barring time here. As Lamar looking for somewhere to go with the football and kicks. He's going to get our first sack of the game. Number 94, the defensive. I believe he is a defensive end. And now it is 3rd and 11. And I was wrong. I think he's a defensive tackle. Or at least that's where he's lined up now. As the handoff goes to Henry here. Shrugs him off a couple times and 2 yards all he could get. So 4th and 9 and a punt coming. And this one going up and away. Return coming from inside the 20. He'll get it to the 28. About a 10-yard return. 16 seconds to go, and I think the Thunderbirds are just going to run this one out. Down 3 points, and Rashad White with a nice first down there, and they might have changed their mind after seeing that run. Timeout taken by the Thunderbirds. And now each team down to their last timeout. Mayfield's going to take off, and Mayfield's got a first down. Timeout, 5 seconds now. And I believe this is a Hail Mary formation here. How ironic on Christmas Day. Looking to throw. Mayfield chucking one up. Someone's going to come down with it. No. Nobody does. What comes up must come down, I guess. And that is exactly what the ball does. Goes up, hits a bunch of hands, and then goes down. So the halftime show coming up now. 10-7, Condors with the lead. And I guess Ice isn't here, so Dublin, big win in Portland as they come away with a 30-6 victory down in that area. As one we did recently, Anchorage versus Mexico City, ends up in a 3-17 ball game won by Mexico City. Armadillos pulling out with a lead in the fourth. As you want to talk about a big game, Brooklyn versus Montreal was a huge one for that. And now it brings us to this one, which Lamar Jackson has been very good in, especially running that ball, and Mayfield getting one to Godwin. And the kicker is the epitome of our story once again, and that is the halftime show. So, Thunderbirds get it back, and a big return here. Oh man, if he turned on the Jets, he might have been gone. Rashad White coming back up now, and 5.8 yards per carry. Definitely looking good to start off this second half. As 11:55 is on the clock. Only took about 5 seconds on the return. So, first run won't get anything. That'll probably impact the average quite a bit. 2nd and 10. Mayfield looking to throw this time. Pressure. Throws in nearly. Or, well, not nearly intercepted, but very dangerous pass, I would say. That one was going straight for the corner. Just hit his toes. 3rd and 10 at the 36. Godwin going to the other side of the field. He's going to line up with Otten. As Mayfield steps up, he's looking to run, and he'll get the first down, and more! Shrugging off defenders, he's still going to the 38-yard line. Mayfield with an electric run. Similar to what he did in Cleveland years ago. Wow, what evasiveness there. To get away from the likes of Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen. Absolutely amazing athleticism shown there as clock winding down. Mayfield, play action. And this pass goes incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 38. And I'll tell you, this week for football has been very interesting, especially with the scores in some of these games and what all has gone down. Very, very much fun times for football fans in this league, as it'll be 3rd and 9 at the 37. Mayfield firing, passes caught, and a 3-yard gain. 4th and 6 at the 34. I think they just take their field goal here. And they absolutely will. 51-yard kick coming up. This is a big one. Got to put on your big boy britches for this kick as it's up. And it's good to make it a 10-10 ball game. McLaughlin puts it through. And now we are tied. Once again. So, and we'll see if the thing continues on the scores. As it'll be 1st and 10 at the 27. Lamar Jackson coming back up. We'll see what he does as he takes a swing at this defense once again. And Henry right up the middle gets him 6 yards. Not a very surprising run. I mean, it is Derrick Henry, so that's fair enough. Sorry, it feels like I'm dogging him. I'm really not. It's just he's that good of a player. 2nd and 4 at the 32. Lamar goes underneath. He's got Bateman who turns his legs forward, but he cannot get any further. It's still a 1st down, though, at the 42-yard line. Watch the seam here. If that's what they do, no, they will shift the offense. Lamar fires, caught, Hill. Oh, man, they won't even give him forward progress there. Guess he didn't make a move until he was down at the sticks. As the referee's decision there. 2nd and 10 at the 42. And 4-yard gain will bring up 3rd and 6 at the 46-yard line. Got to get to the 52. Or 52. Yeah, it's been a day. 1st down for Justice Hill, though, as they hit him on the sideline. Yeah, that must be the 54 I was talking about. No, but they needed a 48, and they got to the 44 there. A very good play by Lamar. And Justice Hill able to take that up there. So 1st and 10 at the 44. Handoff to Henry, excuse me. As he'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Levante David there to meet him. And a potential corner blitz here. Interesting. They don't bring 5 here. They stand with the 4-man rush, and Bateman just short of a 1st down. Lamar Jackson arguing that probably should have been a 1st down, but sticks look correct here as far as I can see it. So 3rd and inches at the 35. Lamar steps up. He's got the 1st down as he moves his way. Very physical run for Lamar, putting in that effort. And now a run with Henry, still up on his feet as he gets 2 yards there. So 2nd and 8. Motion. Play action. Lamar firing, caught, and Derrick Henry. And now a very interesting 3rd and long scenario here. Lamar stepping up. He's going end zone, picked off. And a big return coming. He'll go all the way to the 30. Intercepted that at the 5. Jordan Whitehead. What a play. And the Thunderbirds will get the ball back with decent field position as well. And I thought I should update you guys on the NFL. Touchdown that just happened here. Merritt actually had a huge run for a touchdown shrinking the lead that Dallas had on the Commanders, which was a huge deal. And Rashad White goes for 3 yards there. Smith able to bring him down. So 216 yards for the Condors so far. They just haven't been able to get as many touchdowns as you would think in this game, and that's a pretty good run there. Gain of 4 sets up 3rd and manageable for the Thunderbirds. 3rd and 3, 37-yard line. Mayfield, handoff, Rashad White, first down to the 40. So 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Baker with some time gets it off, and Otten is just 3 yards short of a first down. Big gain either way, though. 7 yards. 2nd and 3 at the 48. Watch Godwin at the top of your screen here, folks. This might be a big hitter if they give it to him. No, he had a short route, and Mayfield goes down for the 2nd time in this game. Kyle Van Noy is taking him down there. And now on 3rd and 5, it looks like they could be sending a blitz. They won't. And Mayfield goes underneath. First down. I think that is... that's Palmer. I was going to say McMillan for whatever reason. But ladies and gentlemen, a 3-point change for both teams in this half of... the Thunderbirds in this half of football. And now a tie game heading into the 4th. This one could go down to the wire, folks. A Christmas thriller. Sounds great on the schedule here. A primetime game as well. The Thunderbirds would gain a lot here, especially a playoff spot, potentially. As the Thunderbirds will hand it off here, and Rashad White gets a yard. So 2nd and 9 at the 47. Taking a look at the playoff chances here. Both teams have a very good chance of making the playoffs with their current record. However, those chances would go down significantly for the Thunderbirds if they're not able to win this one, as they would put on 3 losses on the year and have to win a lot more games. They cannot take a losing streak if they lose this one. As Mayfield fires over the middle, it's caught. Godwin with the completion, but it will all be for naught, as it'll be 4th and 4 and a punt coming up. So the punt is going end over end and into the end zone. So the Condors will get a chance to crack this lead open. Both 10 apiece right now with 10 minutes to go. It really seems like whoever gets the next touchdown is going to win the game, as Bradwell just laid out Henry in the backfield. Never thought I'd hear myself say those words. Henry laid out in the backfield. Wow. 2nd and 13 at the 17 as the church formation comes over. It's a bunch set as Lamar looking for something here, and Henry doesn't know what to do with his hands there. It's incomplete, as they've tried to target him on two types of plays here, and now 3rd and 13 at the 17. Might need to look a different direction as the blitz comes, and Mark Andrews gets only a yard as great play recognition takes over Hall here, and it's 4th and 12. So the Thunderbirds should get some decent field position out of this, as this kick is up and away. Ball will be caught at the 26, only a 3-yard return there, getting it to the 29 as Rashad White, 18 rushes, 77 yards, no touchdowns today, and, certainly hoping that changes with the touchdowns, but other than that, he's had a very, very good game compared to many other running backs so far this week, and just in general. 2nd and 10, Godwin. Now the lone receiver to the top of your screen, and Otten motions down. And that is going to be a first down for the lone receiver there. 1st and 10 at the 40 after that big catch. Got it to him underneath. That's all he needed. And a run for Rashad White. He has been picking up some crazy yardage. I mean, it doesn't look like it visually, but he has been picking up quite the big amount here. Just chunk play after chunk play as Mayfield throws here. He's got Rashad White, who's going to have a first down and a little sprinkle on top as the Thunderbirds are now in enemy territory, which is what I find myself sometimes in when I go on TikTok. As Rashad White will pick up 2 yards there. 87 yards for Rashad White on the day so far. As Thunderbirds is mounting a favorable drive so far. They'll give it to White again, and they'll say he's just short of a first down here, which I would not argue with right now. Just so close, though. 3rd and inches, White motions out. Mayfield to throw. Godwin, first down to the 30. So it seems like Godwin's catching on all the yard markers that end with 0. Or at least even, you could say. As Rashad White is a single back there, and not Otten. That was a different tight end there. The backup just came in. Interesting that they put him out there right now. As Joshua Palmer with Mike Evans. Godwin goes down as well. And Mayfield throwing this one cross body and just gets Rashad White killed by Washington. All for it just to soar over his head. Unbelievable. 3rd and 7 at the 28 as Mayfield throws over the middle. It's caught. Palmer, first down to the 18. And they are officially in the red zone. They've taken a lot off the clock now, and Nate Wiggins obviously not happy about that as they hit the underneath route, and he turns right upfield, man. You hate to see that if you're the Condors. If you're the Thunderbirds, this is great because right now, virtually, you could just run down clock. You can go for the touchdown right now, make things harder on the Condors. But you would leave them with plenty of time, so some select play calls going to be coming into effect here as White is just short of the first down. He gets drove all the way back. Forward progress still rewards him as Rashad White looking very tired in the backfield. And I don't exactly blame him there. Mayfield is just barely going to get this ball away, and now a 4th and 1 decision coming here, and Mayfield wants to stay out on that field, but they bring the kicking unit on anyways. Here's a 21-yard attempt for McLaughlin. Nailed 51, and he's got this one as well. Mr. Automatic so far as McLaughlin hits this one to make it a 3-point lead for Rio. That's their first lead of the game, coming with 2 minutes 55 to go. And this return will go to the 27, big speed. Not enough footwork there to get them any extra than 27, but definitely all in all still a good return. 1st and 10, Lamar goes across the 30, gets Zay Flowers, and he'll be tackled immediately down at the 32. And the Condors are, I mean, they have a lot of time. They've just got to make sure they manage it well. They've only got to get 3 points here, so it's not too big of a concern right now. But as this 2-minute warning hits, you definitely got to get yourself in field goal range, if anything else. And a touchdown would win you the game, so you always keep your eye on that as well. Inside of 2 minutes here is Lamar firing to the sideline here. He's got Andrews for a quick little completion and clock stoppage here with just 5 seconds into the 2-minute warning. Minute 55, 1st and 10, 45-yard line is Lamar looks to throw again, and it's caught by Andrews again for 8 yards. Clock still runs, and they can let it run now. They are in very favorable position right now. Lamar on 2nd and 2. We'll see what they do. 3 timeouts here. Lamar going to take off running, and it's a 1st down to the 32. They are in very good field goal position here. They could go for the touchdown with this last minute here. Looking to throw, and Lamar trying to get out of there, and man, did he get smacked. I'm surprised there wasn't a big brawl there, as Lamar, again, just got smoked. 2nd and 9 at the 31. Lamar. And he is sacked. Rio records their 2nd sack of the game. And the Condors, again, only have 1, and that forces a 2nd timeout from the Condors and moves them a slight bit out of field goal range. Lamar gets them right back in it, and it's 4th and 6. You don't want to waste anything here. I'd say go for the field goal. Don't even call a timeout here. Go for your field goal. Take it into overtime. The record shows you're a better team here, so you definitely want to take this field goal, as the Thunderbirds will ice the kicker here. As a very important feature right now. 45 yards for Justin Tucker. Game on the line. Tucker up and good. 6 seconds left. And we could be heading to overtime. So Tucker to kick this one off here, and they'll let it hit the back of the end zone. So 1 or 2 more last second plays here from the Thunderbirds. Mayfield with a lot of time. Chucking one deep. And it's incomplete. Soars over the entire pack. And that will bring us into overtime. The Condors, Thunderbirds go into OT here in a very low-scoring game, 13-13. Gotta make sure I'm still recording, and I am. Wow, we have a lot of time here on the recording as well, so maybe no extended analysis neither. That would be something, especially for the fans here. Heads, Thunderbirds have won, and they elect to receive. Not a bad decision with the regular season rules. The first team to score a touchdown wins the game. So we'll see what happens with that, as a 1st and 10 taking place here at the 28-yard line, and Mayfield comes out to try to put these guys on the board first. And this pass is very close and almost intercepted by Humphrey. Gotta watch him. Don't want to target the star corners very much right now. As it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 28. Mayfield goes to Otten. And he's got 5 yards there. 3rd and 5. Humphrey coming up on the tackle. And already a crucial 3rd down. I mean, when you think about it, the Thunderbirds have already had a shot at the football. The Condors will get a shot. So it'd be very interesting here for both teams. And Williams makes sure that ball is hurried out and it doesn't get hardly anywhere. 4th and 5 at the 32 now. And the punt is up and away. A very good punt, which will pin them at the 15. So they've got a long ways to go if they want to go down and score. But, I mean, we've seen it happen again and again. These unlikely scenarios, they turn into huge, huge wins for these teams, especially from low field position like this. Condors looking to throw here with Lamar. And he's got the 1st down, 26-yard line. Nelson Aguilar just got rocked on that catch. Gets up, he's just fine. 1st and 10 at the 26. Henry in the backfield. They give it to Henry. And Henry tries to squeeze his way through the hole there. Putting all his body weight on a poor Thunderbird. God, I would hate that. 2nd and 6 at the 29. And Lamar Jackson on the keep. They key onto it this time. No keepers for this team. And that is exactly how you stop the Condors right there. Not allowing Lamar Jackson to run. 3rd and 7. A passing down here. They got to get it, and they do. 1st down to the 39. The Condors, they are putting on a show right now. This is very suspenseful. 39-yard line, 1st down, and under 5 minutes to go now in this one. And a handoff will go to Henry this time, and he gets 6. And speaking of 6, that would end the game, as I said before. And the Condors are notoriously known right now for keeping the ball on the field for a very long time. So a field goal might actually not be bad in this situation. Their newest addition to the team, Quinton Williams, just gave you guys a big offensive run, and now it's 3rd and 4 at the 46. They've got to pick this up if they want a better shot. And there's a flag. First one of the game. And it's going to be a delay of game. I didn't even see the clock run down all the way. I guess they didn't neither. And it's still 3rd down. But they are going to be pushed way back. 3rd and 9. Similar situation to the Thunderbirds, except they didn't get a flag. And Justice Hill running, and he stretches across for the 1st down. All the way to midfield. Unbelievable. The game is still in the Condors' hands. From midfield, handoff. Henry says, "Get off me," to 2 defenders. He gets an 8-yard rush there. And now the Condors are closer and closer to even getting just a field goal right here. 13-13 ball game. They go RPO right here. Cheeky little play gets them the 1st down, and Levante David laying a smackdown. As we will hit the 2-minute warning in overtime. Ladies and gentlemen, 13-13 ball game. The Condors are on the move. A field goal could potentially win the game, as it is 2nd and 11 with the TFL there. That was a much needed one at that. So 2nd and 11 now, coming from the 40 after the TFL. Looking to throw. Lamar dumps it off to Andrews, and he is going to be tackled for a loss as well. 3rd and 12. They're still saying he's at the 40, though. I don't think this is a loss. Timeout taken by the Condors to go over this very big situation right here, as they are in a must-score situation. 3rd and 12. 40-yard line. They've been good on 3rd down so far. Lamar taking off. Shrugs a defender, but a big Whitehead shoulder comes in. And now it's 4th and 2. Field goal position, though. They could take the field goal. I don't know if it actually wins them the game right now. That is the big thing we're going to have to see here. 4th and 2. They're going to go for it, though. I don't exactly blame them here, but this is wild. 4th and 2. Henry, 1st down. They get that. 1 timeout left. And there it is. Gone like that. This is insane right now. The field goal has more and more of a chance to win this football game. 32 seconds. They've got Justin Tucker very well in range right now. No turnovers here. That is what they're stressing. Lamar underneath. And it's going to be a gain of 7. He's tackled inbounds. They got to hurry up. 3, 2, 1. It's a tie. Are you kidding me? Do I have to make the quarters longer again? There are more teams right now in the league with a tie than one might actually go into the playoffs. Are you serious? You hate to see this. They could have just taken the field goal. Instead, they tie. Both teams, their first tie of the league. And oh my goodness, this is embarrassing on Christmas Day. Both teams walking away with just a tie. No touchdowns for Lamar Jackson. 1 touchdown for Mayfield. I know Lamar's got a passing touchdown. Wow. Genuinely insane. Both quarterbacks intercepted. Jackson had a better completion percentage by a long shot. Most yards as well. Rashad White, 96 yards, their best rusher of the game. And Godwin, 48 yards might be, nope, 78 yards goes to Bateman for our best receiver of the game. And thankfully in this one, we didn't see too many injuries. Interceptions may have kept this game at a tie. It is unbelievable to even think about that. Another freaking tie. And all because of these guys right here. Jace McLaughlin and Justin Tucker, which, if Tucker would have gotten a chance, they would have won this game. I thoroughly believe that. Punting-wise, Jack Browning, our best punter. Kick return goes to Tavier Thomas. And